Hey, it's Random Pop Culture's News Freak Harry K. Mr. Manny Wolverine. You guys are wrestling Toronto Forge's channel. AKA, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, BC Brighty on Odyssey, all the other good stuff. And of course, Reddit, Minds, just in case this channel gets shut down, terminated. Any other unfortunate events that do happen, God forbid. Anyways, sorry if the intro sounded a little bit more different and out of whack, out of place, but I gotta tell you just two quick small little stories. Threw me way off for a loop yesterday. Has nothing to do with this video at all, but still speechless about it, even though it's happened yesterday. Granted, I don't use the app barely at all, maybe like once, maybe at the most twice out of the month. I'll ever use it for two reasons. Either for like old school, like funny, like rabbit hole conspiracy theory sort of shit some of it, not all of it, 75% of it's true. The other 27% of it, it's either trolling or it might be fake. But there's that, and then I use it to see real beautiful fine ass on female cosplayer tricks. It's the only two reasons I even use the app, and I'm talking about the obviously Chinese owned typical TikTok. So I know I may or may not do a video on it. If I don't, I'm just gonna briefly mention it here. Quick thoughts, views, and opinions on what went down yesterday with the CEO president of TikTok real fast before I get into this Microsoft Sony little like beef that's happening again. I don't know how many times this shit's gonna happen, but man. Phil Spencer and Jim Ryan, man. They're making spectacles of yourself, but that's okay. This real fast, I thought I was using opinions on it from yesterday when they got grilled by, even though for me, it's all bread and circus. When it comes to like government entities and all this other shit, and then it comes to politics, to me, it's an illusion, some mirage. It's just like it's a straw man to see who it's not the real people that run this, at least as far as the United States goes. To me personally, it's other people that are from other countries or somebody far beyond that. I'm not gonna get too much into that. These are just people put in place of political power. In my personal opinion, none of this shit matters. It's a fucking illusions for a fucking show. It's pretty much like a reality TV show. Art imitates life, life imitates art. I really don't give a rat's ass about any of it. And like I said, quick thoughts, views, and opinions on it. I doubt if it's getting banned. Even if it gets banned, they got a whole bunch of VPNs you can use. Swear to God, I'm not sponsored. But not every time, but sometimes some of the people I'm subscribed to, sometimes I'll get a sponsorship for NordVPN or Surfshark or I'm not sure if any of those VPNs are even still a thing anymore. There was another one, Atlas VPN. I don't know if people still use that one anymore. So even if they permanently ban it here in the United States, they got other ways around seeing that freaking content from TikTok. I mean, it's funny because the most hypocrisy fucking thing about this whole thing about the banning TikTok. Oh, it's because they're going to steal all your information, databases, and private collections, security sort of things the U.S. government has, and we're sure China's going to take it away. That's a lot of fucking bullshit, honestly, bro. That's a lot of fucking crap because even though, granted, the other ones are for the United States when it comes to places like, here on YouTube. You don't think places like YouTube, Google, Facebook years ago, Twitch, and a bunch of other things like Instagram, on what Facebook used to be called, now it's called Meta, Facebook, Instagram, Meta, WhatsApp, and all these other English, even if they're from the United States, you don't think they're collecting and taking up all your data and privacy too? Of course they fucking are. It's a load of freaking bullshit. It's hypocrisy and it's ironic. The irony, the pathetic bullshit that these fucking people are. Oh, you're controlling your kids' minds. You're feeding them propaganda. It's no good. Like, even though granted, yeah, one of them was a little edgy. I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was a personal protection device they were showing on, like, oh, what I'm gonna go do to one of the governors in government of power. I think it was, I don't know if they were from Minnesota or Florida, one of the two, or from another state, what have you, or province here in the U.S. That one was a little fucked up. I'll admit that. Extremely fucked up crap, but it is what it is. That's all I gotta say on that. I can make a whole other separate video on that one, but I'm not going to. Maybe I might. It depends. And then the second real quick thing I want to talk about, I'm definitely doing a video on this. And it's funny, I just did one last week about Justin Minks or her and the beef with QT Cinderella. There was some other extra information that came out with that now. And I don't know if it was her. I think she had an older sister or a younger sister. Then she was getting accused of being a pedo, which is extremely, really, really bad. And the mom even said in the background, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched maybe like 4 or 5 seconds of it, so I'll probably do a reaction to it, possibly. And now it's making me feel way, way less bad for this chick, for just some Minx, aka Rebecca. And I just talked literally not too long, just a few days ago about it too. Her having her alcoholic drinking problem, very, very bad relationship with like being an alcoholic. Those two should not mix. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. You know, I don't know these people IRL, but still. For her mother to say something about her younger sister or older sister that she's trying to date underage little boys, that's really, really freaking scary shit, man. Very, very evil. And very, very fucking appalling. But anyways, let's get to the main meat and potatoes, bread and butter, why you guys are here. So this Microsoft tells Sony to make its own Call of Duty game. Microsoft might be offering to share the Call of Duty at a time, but ultimately it wants a series for itself. This comes from Raynon Bevan. Hopefully I'm saying this right. This is way past 12 hours. This was probably like 4 or 5 days ago. So let's get into this shit. And let's really get into it. And playing Banjo-Kazooie music because, Microsoft, since they own the property for Rare, the ones that created Banjo-Kazooie, I'm playing that instead. But anyways, let's truly jump into this thing. I've stalled on long enough. Let's go. Microsoft is hitting back against Sony claims that Call of Duty can't be replaced, telling its competitors to just make its own series. This comes as Microsoft says that the 10 years of multiple Call of Duty releases give Sony more than enough to make up for its own loss, developing its own online blams to compete with the gaming behemoth. Sony has previously suggested that it would not be possible even trashing Battlefield in the process, since it would be the closest thing it has had to Call of Duty should go to Xbox exclusive. This also suggests that Xbox is switching strategies, going from the promises to share Call of Duty to saying PlayStation should simply develop its own game. And also goes on to say, quote, suppressing how important how important Call of Duty is to gaming. And it says, quote, the real quote here we go. Microsoft considers that a period of 10 years is sufficient for Sony and a leading publisher to console platforms to develop alternative Call of Duty games, unquote. It says Microsoft providing evidence to the Competition and Marks Authority. I've never heard that. I've never heard this corporation before. CMA. In the UK, thanks VGC, also from Video Games Friends. Alright. Very, very useful source there. But let's continue forward. Microsoft's testimony has also said that the 10 years deal is putting on the table will extend into the next console generation. However, it's not clear if the games are released during this time frame or will remain rivals storefronts or be delisted as soon as the deal expires, unquote. It says, quote here, games downloaded in the final year of the deal, says, quote, the deal can continue to play for the lifetime of that console, unquote. The statement reads, possibly hinting that the games will be installed to be played after that date. I'm saying a lot of quotes, I apologize on that, but I just want to be more efficient when I'm reading these articles, but let's move on. In any other case, that Microsoft is putting its cards on the table. It's willing to offer a decade of Call of Duty, but nothing beyond that. It will be up to the CMA to decide if this gives Sony enough time to make up for the competitive edge that the Call of Duty exclusivity will give Microsoft, or if that's even possible, given that the series' long reign over the gaming market so far. As goes to say, so far. The CMA has suggested that the public is in favor of the deal at least, as long as the emails it's receiving aren't from bots. Yes, that's very, very annoying. Extremely. It's grueling, it's disgusting, it's absolutely fucking... It's not even appalling, it's grueling and it's very agitating. It's the best word I can say. Very agitating and sounds like a cat scratching the chalkboard. I know it's a really, really old term, but whatever. The overall thoughts, views, and opinions, though, let's jump into this real quick, because I'm going to be doing a second video. I know it's Friday today. You won't see this till Saturday. Plus, I got a freaking John Wick 4 movie to see. So, God, I'm super mega hyped to see that thing. Holy shit. Oh, God, I've been waiting for so long for that movie. Not just because Keanu Reeves is a badass. I just can't wait to see all the action and all the blasting and explosions everywhere. It's going to be awesome. Anyways. Yeah, thoughts, views, and opinions real quick. Yes. Whatever Phil Spencer's got planned for the Call of Duty series, bro, he is gonna make a buckloads, absolutely shitloads, like truckloads, even like I don't know, yacht loads, planetary size amounts of money. Once he has this Call of Duty like thing in his freaking system for the Microsoft Xbox Series X and S, and they did say they were all going to keep running with each other. Even the old school original, not old school original, probably super old school Xbox 360. That's probably discontinued. It's been discontinued, I think, like 4.5, 5 years already. But the one that was an Xbox Series, or Xbox One, and then the one after that, which is now the current video game console for the Microsoft brand, which is Xbox Series X and S. That's gonna look a lot more appealing to certain gamers, especially the ones that play a lot of MMORPG, or looter shooter games, or freaking like online tactical sort of games, like campaign mode stuff. Like the Call of Duty thing has been going on for years, literally since I was like way back in middle school, and I was like 14 back in the day. I didn't even know about it until I was like 16 now in 2005, years later, like 2.5 years after that. I never got really big into it till like my sophomore, almost my junior year of like when I was still going to community college at the time. That's when I was into Call of Duty Ghosts 1 and 2. And then I kind of got a little bit of it, Call of Duty Vanguard, but not that much. I only played maybe like 2.5, 3 days worth of gameplay. I'm complete shit at the game. I'm not even afraid or ashamed to admit it. I'm complete garbage at that game. I play like a fucking noob. And I'm totally cool with that too, because out of like old school like online shooter like mobile sort of not mobile games, online shooter games like this I don't know. It's just I wasn't like not born to be like a pro at this thing or pro MLG Pro. If any of you guys remember that stuff, you were my age in your early mid 30s. You remember what that was in the late 2000s, early 2010s. My God, that old school meme, that MLG Pro was fun times. A lot more fun times. Last but not least, I don't think Sony's, this is the end all be all for Sony, and Jim Ryan's going to be sweating in his pants like, he's going to shit a brick because, he's going to lose a shitload of money. They have so many IPs they could fucking bring back. They never did anything with a lot of their old school games that I grew up playing with, like, the old school one, even though it's notorious and nefarious, some people hate it, some people like it. The Bubsy series, they own freaking Tack and Power Juju from back in the day. They could bring that back. Sly Cooper. They already brought Abe's Oddworld back like 2-3 years ago, not that long ago. A whole bunch of other IPs. I cannot think of all of them. I can only think of a few of them that are on the top of my head. Jack and Daxter one day. I know that would be a pipe dream, but I would love to see them bring that back. Or like I said, Sly Cooper. The PlayStation All Stars, a remake, remaster for that. And when we saw that last year, I think earlier last year, when like Nickelodeon did it with the All Star Brawl, and then we saw it again with the DC things. They're pretty much taking the slot since like Nintendo's not gonna make no Smash Bros. Video games for a while, probably between 2025, 2027, maybe at the latest 2030. If Mr. Masaru Sakurai one day does come back with that, I hope he does. Fingers freaking crossed he comes back with that series. That was literally like my crack addiction when it came to video games with Smash Bros. The series for Nintendo. But anyways, that's all I gotta say for now. I'm out here. Whatever they decide to do, Mr. Phil Spencer, Mr. Jim Ryan, they have to work it out. But it looks like Microsoft may make a tiny bit more extra money than what Sony's making. And they still got their movies, they still got their TVs, they still got their laptops they can make. They still got all their smartphones in Japan, so this should be okay for now. And their VR headsets, virtual reality stuff. And that's it. That's all I gotta say for now, and I'm finished. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, and fanboys and fangirls, as always. Talkers and commodities. I'll see you next week as a day. Good night, wherever you at in the universe. Out there, stay tuned for future content channel, including once in a while video game ministries and manga, scriptures, dramas, Elon Musk news, reaction, review segments, and that's it. Take it easy, peace, on the stock. Ladies and gentlemen, see you flip side. I'm gone.